Good morning, students. Today we will start chapter number 4, that is HTML. In this chapter, you will be learning what is HTML, how do we create and save the HTML documents, how do we write the HTML codes, and what are the different tags that we'll be using to write a web page program using HTML. Now let us start off with the introduction to the chapter. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, hypertext markup language is used for describing the web documents, that is, web pages. Hypertext is simply a piece of text which contains links to other text. For example, if you see the Wikipedia page, on Wikipedia page you will be having two types of text. One is the plain black text, and then there are certain words that are highlighted with blue color. So these words, when they are clicked on, they will link you to some other web page. So such text that links you from one web page to another web page, they are called the hypertext. Whereas markup language is the way of writing style and layout information within a text document. So as we move forward in this chapter, you will see how within a text document we will be writing different layout patterns and we'll be designing a web page using the predefined code in HTML which we call tags. So children, HTML was invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990 and it is based on a standard markup language. Now it describes the structure of the web page across the web using a process called markup. In HTML pages, you will be dividing the page into number of elements and these elements will be represented by certain tags. Now tags are the predefined codes of HTML which we'll be using to design the web page. Coming to the different elements of a web page, now if you look at a web page, every web page is divided into multiple elements like the header, the footer, the body section of the web page, then you have the title section of the web page. So majorly we will be dividing the web page into two parts. One is the head of the web page and the other one is the body of the web page. The head of the web page will contain the title of your web page, that is the address of your web page, whereas the body part of the web page will contain all the information and data like text, pictures, hypertext, audio files, video files. So whatever content of the web page you see on the internet, that content is represented within the body, whereas the address of the web page will be represented in the head part. Now while writing the tags of the web page, children, you need to remember there are two types of tags we'll be using in HTML. First ones are the paired tags, which are also called container elements. So these elements, they will contain an open tag as well as a closed tag. So whenever you want to enter certain information in the web page, the information will be entered using the paired tags, whereas the second type of tags are the unpaired tags, which we'll be calling them as empty elements. These tags will have only the opening tag and will not have a closing one. Now when you don't have any data to be stored within the tag, then we'll go for an unpaired tag, and when you have data to be entered, we'll go for a paired tag. HTML tags are written inside the angular brackets as you can see on the screen. So some of the examples of these tags I'm showing you HTML. So HTML is written within the angular brackets. Body tag represents the body of the web page and it is represented within the angular brackets. Now let us get started with writing the HTML code. The requirement for writing the HTML code, the very first requirement is you will need a text editor. HTML codes are written in the text editor. We'll be using simple text editor like Notepad or WordPad. If you are using Windows, you'll go for Notepad. If you are using Mac, then TextEdit, and then gedit if you are using Linux or Ubuntu. Then coming to saving the HTML files. HTML files are always saved with .html extension or .htm extension. So while saving the file, after the file name, you have to give an extension .html or .htm. Now let's get started with our first HTML document. Children, you will be writing your HTML program in a text editor like Notepad, and to view the program we will be using the web browser. So if you see all the web pages, they are displayed using the web browsers. Whenever you open any web browser, you go through different web pages on different websites. So we'll be seeing our programs on web browser and you will be writing the program in a text editor. Now let's get started with writing our first HTML program. Let's get started with writing the program. To open Notepad, I'll just simply click Window plus R and type Notepad and click Enter. So now my Notepad is open. So I'll simply start writing with my first program. I'll just increase the font for you. Let us see the structure of the first HTML page. So every web page will contain two parts, that is the head and the body of the web page. So the head part of the web page is represented by the head tag. So head tag will contain the title of your web page. So since it is containing the title, it's a container element. You have to write the opening head tag and closing head tag. So in the closing head tag, you will just add one forward slash. So the forward slash will represent the closing tag. Now within this head tag, I will write the title of my web page, and then the second part of the web page is your body tag. So body will contain the content of your web page. So open body tag and close body tag. Now let us start writing with the title of the web page. So to write the title of the web page, I have to use a tag called title. Now whatever I write within this open title and close title tag will become the title of my web page. So let my web page. This will become the title of my web page, that is my web page. Now since this is my first HTML program, so whatever I write here between the body tag, that will be the content of my web page. So now the content of my web page becomes Hello World. So if you see here, the title of the web page should be my web page and the content should be Hello World. Now let us see how to save this file and view this file on a web browser. To save the file, children, what you will do is go to File and click on Save As. Now what I would recommend you is, on the desktop or in your documents, just create one folder with your name where you will save all your HTML files. So all your HTML files, the audios which you will insert in your web page, the videos which you will insert in the web page, they all have to be present within this common folder. So I'll just name this as class 8 HTML. So now this folder class 8 HTML will contain all my HTML files. Just enter the name of the file. The name of the file, let's say this is my first file, so I'll give the name as sample. After the file name, you have to enter the extension .html. This is must. After entering the file name, immediately type .html. Do not give any space before typing the extension. Now if you look here, children, this is an HTML file, but in save as type, it displays me text document. So what you have to do is, just click on this and select all files. By selecting all files, you are including .html file also. So once you are done with giving the name of the file and then changing it to all files, click on Save. Now that your file is saved, it is ready to view. To view the file, you will go to the same folder, that is class 8, and you will click on the file. So just click on this file and there you go. This is the output you can see. The title is my web page and the content is Hello World. Now children, if you look here, my web page looks very blank. If you see the web page on different websites, they are very attractive and they look very appealing. So now to add different properties to your web page, you will write these properties in the tags and these properties will be called as attributes. So if I want to add anything to my body, I have to type it inside the body tag and that will be called as the attribute of the body tag. So now let me add a background color. So the attribute to add the background color is BG color and the name of the color is the value of the attribute. So every attribute will have a value. Attribute is the property of the tag and value of the attribute is the name of the color which you are going to give to this BG color. So once you have entered the color, simply save it by pressing Ctrl S. Now go back to your web page and just refresh it. So now if you can see, the background color of my page got changed. Likewise, you can also add a picture as the background of your web page. To add a picture as the background of your web page, the attribute name is background and the value of the attribute will be the URL of the image. As I told you children, all the images which you are going to insert in the web page, they should be present in the same folder where you have saved this file. So I have saved this file in class 8 HTML folder on desktop. I have to paste my picture in the same folder. So I can go to download and I can take any sample picture, copy it and you can just paste it in your folder. Now this image is present in your folder where you have saved the sample file. So to copy the URL of the picture, just simply click here. To copy the URL of the picture, just click here on this bar and then a backward slash. There you go. This is the URL which you need to copy. So simply just copy this URL and then you will paste this URL here. See, C drive users desktop class 8 HTML tulips.jpg. So once you have copied the URL of the file, just Ctrl S. Now go back to your web page and refresh it. So you can see the background of the web page got changed and the content is still the same. So this is how you are going to change the background of your web page. Now children, let's say I want to edit the already existing document, that is sample. But now when I click on sample file, it opens with Chrome but not in Notepad. So how do I edit this? So to edit this, what you will do is simply right click here and click on open with. Now in open with, I don't see Notepad here. So I'll click here, choose default program, other programs, and in other programs you can select Notepad. So now the code of the file will be open. Now that the code is open, let me tell you the other attributes of the body tag. Children, apart from BG color and background, body tag has other attributes like the margins. So you can also set the margins of the web page simply by writing them in the body tag. So what are the four different margins that you can set? So all these attributes can be written within the body tag directly. So once the background is written, its attribute is given, then you can write the next attribute, that is the margin. So let us start with the top margin and give its value in numbers. Then bottom margin. There should be no space between top and margin. They are not two words, they are one word. So bottom margin, then right margin. You can continuously give the values. make sure you are typing the right spellings also, because if at all there is any spelling mistake, it will not appear on your web page. The attribute will not be applied on the web page. There you go. Once you have entered all the attributes, just save it and then you can view here. Just refresh. So if you can see here, 50 pixels distance from here, then also from here. Similarly, the distance will be from bottom as well as left. So margins are applied on all the four corners. So these are the attributes of the body tag. So body tag will have margins as the attribute, that is top, bottom, right and left. Then background to add any image to the background, and also BG color to add colors to the background. So this is about the body tag. Now after body tags comes the next tag, that is the heading tag. Children, heading tag is used to specify the headings of your web page. Whenever you are writing any heading to the web page, you can make use of the heading tag to write the headings. Heading tag is given with the tag H and followed by the number. So the number will decide the size of the heading. We have 6 heading tags, that is H1 to H6. H1 is the maximum size and H6 is the minimum size. Now let us see how the heading tag works. So this is heading 1 and close the heading tag. Now you can add on the other heading tags till 6 and see the difference. So I'll just write all the heading tags for you and show you. Okay children, so I have written all the 6 heading tags here. Now let me show you the output. Before seeing the output, just save it, Ctrl S. And now you can view this file in web browser. Simply refresh and now see. You have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6 here. So whatever I have written within the heading tags, that is H1, H2, H3, those are the heading tags. Whatever content I have written in between the tags, the content is displayed here with different sizes. So in H1 I have written heading 1, so heading 1 is the maximum size. In H6 I have written heading 6, that is the least size. So whatever you write within this heading tags will be displayed on the screen with the size which you specify here. So let me change this. This is the heading of my web page. So now the content is, this is the heading of my web page. So Ctrl S, just go to Chrome and refresh here. Look here. My content, this is the heading of my web page, is displayed in the maximum size as I told you. So headings will be written within the heading tags and there are 6 heading tags for the HTML page. Now let us come to the next tag, that is your paragraph tag. Children, paragraph tag is given with P. So whatever you write in between the opening paragraph tag and closing paragraph tag will be treated as a paragraph by the web page. So to write the paragraphs, you will use the paragraph tag. So this is my first paragraph. So whatever I write within this, that will be treated as my paragraph. Now children, to the paragraph tag, we have an attribute called align. So align will set the position of your paragraph from the margins. So for this align, you can give 4 different values. So paragraph tag has an attribute called align, and to align there are 4 different values. So these are align is equals to left, align is equals to right, align is equals to center, and align is equals to justify. Let us see one by one. First, align is equals to left. This will align your paragraph towards left. That means right now the content of my paragraph is, this is my first paragraph. So when I write align is equals to left, this line will be displayed on the left of the web page. So let us see. Ctrl S and then open this and F5. So now if you see here, this content is displayed on the left side of the web page. Now let us try right. So instead of left, I will write right. Now I will save it, Ctrl S, again go back and refresh. This time my content is on the right side of the web page. Now let us see the next one, justify. Before justify, let us check center. So children, if you see here, the spelling of center will be C-E-N-T-E-R. If you write T-R-E, then it will not be displayed. So you will write the spelling of center here, C-E-N-T-E-R. Once this is done, Control S, go to the web page and refresh it. So now this is my first paragraph is in the center of the web page. The last one is justify. So justify will display your paragraph, your each line in equal width. So it will display the entire content in equal width from the margins. So to check justify, Control S, go to your web page and refresh. So this is how you will write the paragraph tag and its properties. Now children, the next tag we will be discussing is the horizontal rule tag. So horizontal rule tag is represented by HR. So this is your horizontal rule tag. Now as the name says, horizontal rule, this tag will be used to draw a horizontal line in your web page. It is dividing your web page into different sections. So now children, as HR tag is only to draw a line and it is not containing any data, it's an empty element. Now let us see how the HR tag works. So if you see here, after this is the heading of my web page, I have written the HR tag. Now when I see the output on the screen, it will draw a line after this is the heading of my web page. So to see the output, just Control S to save it. Now go to Chrome and simply refresh. So if you see here, I got a line after this is the heading of my web page. So this line is because of the HR tag. Now let us learn some of the properties of the HR tag, that is attributes of the HR tag. The first attribute of the HR tag is the size of the line. So you can give the size of the line, how long line you want, and the size will be given in numbers. So you will use numbers to give the size of the line. Then the next one is the width of the line. So width of the line is nothing but the thickness of the line, and for the width of the line you will give the value in percentage. So always remember, the size will be given in numbers and the width also will be given in numbers as a percentage form. Then you can give the color of the line. So simply type color is equals to, remember the spelling of color will be C-O-L-O-R, and you can give the color of the line. Once you have done with all those three, just Control S to save it. Then you can go here on your web page and refresh. So if you see here, the line got shortened, the thickness got increased, and the color changed to red. So these are the properties of horizontal rule tag or HR tag. Apart from this, there is also another property, another attribute, that is no shade. So if you simply write no shade to your line, then that line will appear flat, giving you a 2D effect to the rule. So simply just write no shade here and it is going to appear flat. So Control S, there you go. There is no effect in the line, it is giving you a plain flat line. So these are the attributes of the HR tag. The next one is the line spacing, giving the space between the lines. Now To give space between the lines, children, you will use the tag called break. So break tag is given with BR. There is a line, this is my first paragraph. Now let's say I want to bring my first paragraph. Now let's say I want to bring my first paragraph in the next line. So what I have to do is just simply write BR in between where I want to break the line. So BR tag is giving you a simple break. That is why this is also an empty element and we won't have a closing BR tag. So if you see here, wherever I want to change the line, I will simply write BR and just save it. And now look at the output. Right now this is my first paragraph is in a single line. Now see, this is, and my first paragraph came in the next line. So wherever I have written the BR tag, from there the next words they start appearing in the next line. So this is how the break tag works. Now let us revise what are the tags we have discussed. First we have seen the two elements of the web page, that is head and body. Head tag will contain the title of the web page within the title tag, whereas the body tag will contain the content of the web page. In the body tag, we have seen 4 different attributes, that is BG color to change the background color, then background is equals to and URL of the picture which you want to set it as the background. Then we have seen the different margins of the web page, that is top margin, bottom margin, right margin and left margin. After this we have seen the different heading styles H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. H1 is the maximum size and H6 is the minimum size. After this we have seen the paragraph element. So now in the paragraph tag we have seen the attribute called align, and to align there are 4 values, that is align right, left, center and justify. After the paragraph tag we have seen the horizontal rule tag, that is to draw a horizontal line in your web page. For horizontal rule tag we have seen the attributes size, width, color and no shade. Then the last one is the break tag, which gives or which adds space and moves the text to the next line. So these are the tags which we have discussed today. Now using these tags you can design different web pages and you can see how these tags works.